Hey there everyone, in this video we will be covering all of the new stuff coming in patch 3.4. Before we start, do take note that these clips were taken from the test servers, so some changes might occur upon the official update. Alright, without further ado, let's now get started. At the very top of the list, we have the most awaited altered character, Nan Yin. Here is a quick look at her A0 skin. For now, the only thing that I will be showing is the portal that she can summon by using her hold attack. Moving on, we have the new 3.4 location, which is Marshville's Forbidden County. Here is the entirety of the map, and although it might seem as small as the 3.3 map, that is most definitely not the case. That is because this place have a decent amount of places to go to, both story and exploration wise. Speaking of exploration, do expect that there will be a few new mechanics for this map that we will be covering on another video. Next is Xingtian's new location. This world boss relocated and can now be found over here at the binding zone. However, in order to fight him and bypass the barrier surrounding the island, we need to do a little bit of material farming. If you head to the middle of this platform, you will see this newly added alabaster lens with the sole purpose of breaking through the force field. But first we must unlock the energy towers of the 4 symbols in order for it to work. We can do that here at the Field of Execution headquarters. Head over to this terminal and this interface will pop out. You can click on a lot of things here to see some details, but in a nutshell, what we only need to do is gather and donate an absurd amount of these materials. The progress bar for this is actually shared among all of the players in the server, so even if you give 300 to 500 materials in total, you would hardly see any progress on the percentage tracker. In short, Xingtian would be locked for a very long time, so if you really want his accessory, then I suggest you make use of what time left you have before the patch. Also, for what it's worth, these locks on the side are tied to the overall progress of the server, and we will receive some rewards for reaching a certain milestone. But we must first upgrade a certain alabaster statue to receive them. In case you're interested, here's the location where you can find the 2 new items, sorrel and discarded swords. Honestly, this seems like a drag to accomplish, so the best approach for this is still to AFK farm the old materials and donate them all. But I bet only a few players would be willing to do that. Thankfully, there's a new world boss on the new map which also drops snowy shards, so Xingtian being locked away won't be a problem on that front. Speaking of bosses, we now have floor 8 for BR Sequential, and the boss is Puppet Singer. We also get a new joint operation called Balance Mode. So far it only have a single stage, but the recommended level and ratings are higher than Joint Op 8. In this joint operation mode, weapons are automatically advanced to max stars and matrices will be ineffective. Your elemental attack, however, will remain unchanged. Finally, let's proceed to the casual stuff. At number 1, we have this vitality exchange thing that will cost us vitality, and a certain number of these tickets in exchange for absolute trash rewards. I don't know why they added this thing, but you can definitely ignore this one since the loots are not worth the price.
Target eliminated.
Next, we can now use the casual tab to teleport to the Bazaar. Another option that seems useless because we literally have a statue next to the Bazaar, but let's move past this one and talk about the Ambassador tab. Over here we can see different places located across the 3 realms. Moving on to the mechanics of this new feature, every single one of the players will have the chance to join an election held every Monday from 5 AM until 10 PM. Although it's more of an auction than an election, since you basically have to bid an absurd amount of currency in order to win the spot as an ambassador. You can actually bid as high as you want, and this applies to any location where you want to become an ambassador. As you might have seen, the bidding chips used on each realms will be their own currencies. It would be gold for Asperia, in Vera it's Mira coins, and on Domain 9 you will use Dominiums. In case you're feeling rich and want to bid a hefty amount on the get-go, you can click on your current bid and you can enter your desired amount. So what are the merits of becoming an ambassador? Well, first you get a unique title. Second, you will be receiving a daily random gift pack for the rest of the week. And lastly, you will get a statue of your character built in front of the location where you become an ambassador. By clicking on the Create button, you can edit a few things about your statue. You can show your name, flex your title, promote your crew, and even choose which pose and weapon you want for your character. Since this only lasts for 7 days, you have to participate on another election if you want to continue being an ambassador. After that one, what we have on the list is the new user interface for the Wanderer's supplies and new box design for the limited gift packs. We're also getting a lot of changes on the point store. At long last, we will finally be able to exchange critical points for accessory shards and vehicle parts. Oh, and we can now buy Veran coins in here too.
Target eliminated.
Next, we have the newly opened gift shop on Marshville. We can buy more Domain 9 gifts in here, but of course the currency required is Alabaster Field Energy. I do suggest that you hold off on buying them until you manage to get the important statue upgrades on the new map. Last but not least, we have the new batch for the 7,000 awaken points for simulacrums. Here are the characters that will get their awakening.